Hi, pretty black girl. So, the title of this video is God forbid a black woman is beautiful and confident. And I really wanted to sit here and talk about this. Also, by the way, I know I've been gone for some time, been really busy, and there's a lot on my schedule. There's a lot of new things coming up in my life, but I will never forget this platform, and this platform has a really special place in my heart, and I really love connecting with you all and talking about these topics make me feel better, but also it makes me feel better because you can relate to it. And I think it is important to have these discussions because our society is filled with so many things that are happening. And I know there's a bigger picture and there's bigger issues out there, but this is also an issue that I want to talk about. And some might argue that it is a very vain topic to speak about. I always kind of mention the vanity of me speaking about beauty because, in some way or the other, it is vain, but I do still think that even vain topics are worth speaking about because the experiences of beautiful black women are unique and they should be held. These discussions should be had. There might be a young black girl watching this video and watching my channel and coming across my videos, and she can gain confidence from that, or she can learn things from that. And I think that is important. I really do, because growing up, I mean, I did have a beautiful role model, my mom, to look up to, but I wish there were more platforms like mine where we could talk about different topics and discuss black beauty and how to embrace our beauty and that we are beautiful, because it is important. Women and beauty, that's something that goes hand in hand throughout history and etc. But that's a little bit of an intro. Now I really want to dive into the topic of the title. God forbid there's a beautiful, confident black woman, because God forbid, I feel like society really acts as if those two things cannot coexist. And I know it also has to do just with pretty privilege in general. Women of other races can experience, negativity when it comes to being beautiful, but this is a channel for black women and for us to have a safe space to discuss these things. So, yeah, I think when it comes to being a beautiful, confident black woman, people are very triggered by that and they feel as though that those two cannot coexist. And they kind of have this resentment towards you, and they treat you as if you're not allowed to be confident and beautiful. I think people only want you to be confident and loud. There goes the stereotype. But if you're confident and beautiful, and to add on top of it, a bit more, self centered, because I think oftentimes when black women are confident and they're also beautiful, a lot of us are very self centered. We focus a lot on ourselves because, I mean, if you talk about beauty, when a woman is beautiful, most of the time she has to be self centered to some degree. Of course, it varies, and some women are more self centered, some women are less self centered, even if they are beautiful. But you have to have this sense of self centeredness because beauty takes time. Beauty takes time. It takes time to put on your makeup. And I know putting on makeup is not the only way to be beautiful, but more than not, most beautiful women do apply some sort of beauty enhancement, and makeup is also part of it. It takes time to do your hair when you're going to the salon or doing your hair at home. It takes time to put on a nice outfit, put on your jewelry, take care of your skin, and that beauty, it shows in the world. But people really, I think, have a hard time to, navigate and kind of feel comfortable around a beautiful black woman, because that is confident also, because when you're confident and you're beautiful, it oftentimes also means that you are aware of your beauty. And what it is that people don't like when beautiful women are aware of their beauty. They kind of don't like when, you're confident and you're aware of your beauty, because when you're aware of your beauty, it means that you can make use of your beauty in many ways. You can, go after that modeling gig, go after that, job that you've always wanted, because beauty can give a sense of confidence. When you're beautiful, it can oftentimes translate into becoming a more confident version of yourself. And being a Black woman, on top of that, most of us have this kind of natural confidence that we radiate. A lot of times, if you ask people, tell me about Black women, give me your opinion on Black women. I know that's a very random question, but if you were to ask people about Black people and um, a black women, I'm mumbling, but they would often bring out the words strong, confident, powerful, all these very, very powerful words. Oftentimes when you, well, I think maybe the better question would be, tell me something about Black culture. The words that would usually come out is powerful, confident, bold. These are things that we already have in our cultures. Most Black cultures have this sense of confidence, boldness, and showing up in society, without so much care. Well, not in a way like you don't care about nothing, but more in a way of like you're confident and you're showing up. Most Black cultures have that element of power and confidence. And I feel like a lot of confident Black women, we might face challenges in society, such as, microaggressions, people kind of giving you these weird comments and these weird things that they might say, especially coming from non Black people and even Black people as well. They might give you these weird commentary on things that, are just so unnecessary, and it can make you feel a certain type of way. But I'm here to tell you that you just have to brush it off, and it really is part of you being beautiful and also confident, because people cannot accept the fact that someone can be beautiful and confident. It's a very hard reality for people to face, because oftentimes it's either one or the other and not the two. You cannot be confident and beautiful and intelligent and so many other qualities that you have going on for yourself, and you have a nice job and you have a nice car, or whatever it is that you have, whatever asset or quality that you have in your life, is really hard for people to comprehend. When you are Black and you're confident and you're beautiful, people have a hard time to digest all those good traits that you might have. So I think that it is, a good moment and time to reflect on those things, experiences that you've had, and say no to that. Say no to all the negativity and push it away, and don't let that impact how you feel about yourself. I know at the moment it might feel not nice, because, experiencing microaggressions is just something, it's like uncovered racism. And it's in the way they say things about maybe your hair, or I don't know, your skin, whatever it is. Microaggressions are not a fun thing to experience. And I just want to tell you that people have so many insecurities that they're battling within themselves, and they often also ask themselves, why are you in that position and not me? Why is she in that position? She's beautiful and she's Black, and they just cannot accept the fact that you have so many good traits going on for yourself, that they are angry about that. And that's why they make stupid, unnecessary comments towards you, aka microaggressions, just for you to feel bad about yourself. But I'm here to tell you that no one should make you feel bad about yourself, because you're beautiful, you're confident, you're intelligent, you're all those good things, traits, and you're just a beautiful being. You're creative, you're powerful, you're intelligent, you're all these good things, and I'm here to affirm you that, and that you should feel confident and bold and show up the most. Don't try to make yourself smaller just because people have certain type of opinions about you, because they're always going to have opinions about you. People are always going to have opinions about you. And the thing is about microaggressions, at least these people are telling you in your face. It's better. I feel like it's better when people just tell you upfront in your face. I know it's not nice to experience, but I would rather someone tell me, the microaggression right in my face, than someone hiding, and smiling in my face, but whole time they have all these weird comments in their head that they actually want to tell me in my face, but they never tell me. So I would rather someone actually tell me, because then I'm, going to be aware of you. I'm going to try to back off and not speak to you as much, than someone just behind me gossiping about me. I would much rather have that person that, just tells me the microaggression. That's just me personally. But I think it's a sign, a good thing that they tell you, these microaggressions. Yeah, go ahead and tell me, so now I know to be wary of you. But just black women being confident and staying confident. I think also a good example is Olandra from Love Island. She's a very confident black woman, and I know there were moments in Love Island that were a little bit more, I guess, rough, but everyone has their moments. But I think overall Olandra is a very poised, beautiful black woman, and she's very confident. And we all saw what happened with the whole Love Island thing, and Huda, the way she acted towards Olandria, just a lot of signs of, in my opinion, and what I perceived from watching the show, a lot of signs of jealousy and competition, which a lot of women do. And naturally, most women like to compete with other women, which I would advise not to, because you are your only competition. Another key side note is that you are your own competition. You're not here to compete with other women. You're here to be the best version of yourself. I think when you start to compete with other women, how many women are you trying to keep up? You're not going to keep up with yourself. You're going to keep up with these other women that you don't even know. So I just feel like Olandra is a great example of, a confident, beautiful black woman that has been hated, you know, still gets a lot of hate from time to time, but she just gracefully does her thing. She shows up at, these events with beautiful clothing and as the most beautiful version of herself, beautiful outfits. She rocks every outfit, truly. Every color suits her. Like, that waist is nowhere to be found. And I'm so proud of seeing, black women representation, also Shelly as well, being beautiful and staying beautiful and being authentically themselves, and also speaking about important issues. Because I remember this interview that Shelly had, I think less than 2 weeks ago, with I don't know, the mom of Miley Cyrus. I can't remember her name. Riley Cyrus. I'm not sure if I'm wrong or right, but she had this interview with her, and I haven't finished watching it, but I watched part of it, and she was talking about, poverty, issues like that, that should be brought to light. you know Confident black women like that are women we should look up to, because they are an inspiration. And I think also, speaking about inspiration, a lot of us, and a lot of people, I mean, look up to black women as, inspiration. You showing up to work, looking your best, and being confident and being intelligent, taking over that leadership ship, and just really showing up and being authentically yourself and speaking up on issues and being bold. People take inspiration from that. And oftentimes it can, it can turn out as jealousy, it can turn out as microaggressions, it can also turn out as secret admiration, but they don't want to show it. It can turn out as many things. I always bring up this example of this lady that works at my school. I go to university, and I've just noticed that she always kind of gives me this weird look. I don't know what it is about her. She gives me this very weird studying look, kind of like look of jealousy. And I don't know what I did to her, but I always show up. Anywhere I go, I always keep myself very well. I like to dress up. That's a fun hobby of mine. I always walk with confidence. People always tell me that I walk very elegant, and I like to just walk into a room and act like I own that space, because I truly do. I'm here in this world. I was blessed with beauty and intelligence, and I'm not here to make myself smaller than I am. And that is also another piece of advice that I want to give to you. Do not make yourself smaller than you are, because you're much bigger than that. You're a bigger person. Be the bigger person, for lack of better words. Be that beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning black girl. All these beautiful words that I have to affirm you, because you truly are beautiful. Be confident. Be sure of yourself. If you want something, go after it. Your skin color is not going to stop you from getting things. That's something that I grew up with my dad telling me, that my skin color would not stop me from getting things. And I know, sure, there's racism and everything, but manifest your reality. Truly, as a black, beautiful woman, you already have so many good traits going on for yourself. You're black, you're beautiful, you're confident, you're intelligent. There's so many things that you can manifest into your life and that you can go after and make your life better. Nothing's going to stop you. That's really the mindset that you should have. And being that you're a confident black woman, it triggers people. It really does. People are like, wait, hold up. How is it that you are, dominating and being so powerful in a space where you don't, most people don't look like you? Because I'm assuming most of you watching this live in a Western society, and if you're not, um, that's also fine. But usually when you live in a Western society, you deal with people that usually do not look like you, in a space, because we live in a multicultural society, um, and you deal with people that don't always look like you, and they sometimes have stereotypes in their mind about how a Black woman is supposed to show up. And an example of a stereotype is the angry Black woman, for example. They expect a Black woman to be angry and to be loud. And when you're not those things, when you're confident, yet very eloquent the way you speak, and you speak very poised, and you carry yourself with grace, basically. People are like, wait, hold up. You're not supposed to be those things. You're supposed to be what I had in my brain about how Black women are supposed to navigate in society. That can also be triggering. And you being confident and being all those positive things is like, wait, this doesn't fit the narrative that I had in my brain, in my mind. And how is she getting all the attention? And how is she the diamond, the star in the room, when you're not supposed to be that, because you're all these stereotypes? And that is when you break a stereotype, and it can shift that narrative. And not because you're breaking the stereotype, but that's because you are who you are. Not every Black woman is a loud Black woman. Not every Black woman is an angry Black woman. We can have those traits because, we're human. We can feel anger. We can feel, you want to be a bit louder. That can be fine, but that doesn't mean that that's what you are as a person. You're so much more than those stereotypes. So when, you kind of break that stereotype of not being an angry Black woman, just being a woman that has so many good traits, people are so triggered by that because, you're more than that. And I just feel like people have a hard time to understand that, people can come in so many different ways. You can be a very nerdy Black girl, an awkward Black girl, an alt Black girl, a coquette Black girl. There's so much representation of us, and I think it's beautiful. I think you should embrace every single, I guess, little trait of yours. Embrace it, really, truly embrace it, and accept it. Feel and accept all those beautiful traits of yours. I think Black women are beautiful. We are beautiful, and us being confident can make people triggered. And I think also, let's talk a little bit about navigating beauty standards, because I know people have a lot of talk when it comes to Black women and beauty, and I think that is because we are the blueprint when it comes to beauty standards. We make a lot of trends. Shout out to African American women for bringing so many beauty trends into the light, into social media, on YouTube, on Pinterest, on TikTok. Really, you guys deserve crowns for just making so much awareness when it comes to beauty and beauty trends. I really feel like African American women really set a huge standard worldwide. Um, African women as well, Black women, period. But I feel like African American women really, really have brought a lot when it comes to beauty standards in general for Black women. But I feel like when it comes to navigating beauty standards, the thing is with Black women is that a lot of us can look very diverse and very different. Really, Black women are not a monolith, especially when it comes to our beauty. We can pull off a lot of hairstyles. Like, it's insane how many hairstyles we can pull off. And I think that is so beautiful. It's so creative how we can pull off so many hairstyles and still look effortlessly beautiful. We can wear our natural hair in coils, curls, afro, braids, wigs, you name it. The list is long, and one video cannot even mention all the hairstyles that Black women can pull off. My goodness. And I think also an example that I wanted to bring up was the fact that I was, I have a profile picture on my WhatsApp, right? And I had straight hair there because my hair, had clip-ins, and I straightened my hair because I wanted to try something different. And I, of course, I took a picture and switched up my WhatsApp profile picture. And right now I have like a afro curly sew in, right? Because I like to switch it up. And apparently my face was a topic of discussion amongst classmates because this girl, she saw my picture and she was like, "You look totally different than you do now." She was basically talking about this behind my back. And then someone that, you know, another classmate of mine mentioned that to me because apparently he knew about it and then he told me about it. And I was just like, wait, why is my face a topic of discussion? I don't even understand. And they were like, she looks totally different. This picture must have been from years ago. Whole time, this picture is less than a month old. So I just think that that is quite hilarious that people really are quite obsessed about Black women and our beauty and how we look like. And when we switch up hairstyles, it is really just a topic of discussion. And it's kind of funny to me, but I don't know. First, I felt a little bit like weird about it. I was like, why are they talking about me like that? But I mean, they are giving they're giving me a show. They're talking about me. So them if if you don't have haters or people talking about you, then you're doing something wrong, as they say. But that was a little weird. But anyways, I think you should own the fact that, you can pull off so many different hairstyles and that people are talking about it. That's their problem, first of all. And if you feel happy trying on different hairstyles, that's what ultimately matters. And it doesn't matter what other people think about you trying different hairstyles. I think the fact that people are discussing you wearing a different hairstyle and speaking about your face or whatever it is, that just goes to show that you are a beauty standard. And it's funny how people like to mention things like, oh, Black women, they wear weave and this and this and that. They only look good. And, when they wear weave and this and this and this and then third, but Black women still look drop dead gorgeous in their natural hair. I mean, have you seen Black women with their afros? Have you seen Black women with a hair puff? Have you seen Black women with twists, with locks, and you name it? Black women look beautiful in every hairstyle that they want to pull off because we can pull those hairstyles off. So I think that's a very funny discussion that people like to have on the internet. And also, it's very interesting how people can say Black women are not the beauty standard and they need heavy makeup to look this and this and this or that and the third, but in the same breath, people go out of their way to like put cheek fillers to have the cheekbones that most Black women naturally have, to also get fillers that Black women naturally have, full lips. And that's just very laughable, that whole discussion of like, people trying to make Black women feel bad for doing beauty enhancements that every other woman does. But the moment a Black woman decides to switch up her hairstyle, then it's like, oh my goodness, she's fake. Her beauty is fake. You diminish her beauty completely. That's laughable to me. Whole time people go and spend thousands to just get a little bit of a tan, just for them to say that their skin color is just as dark as yours that you naturally have. Because I've had women, non-Black women, specifically white women, walk up to me and I don't know why they feel like this is funny or anywhere form. And then when they get a tan, they're like, oh my goodness, I'm almost as dark as you. And it's like, um, I don't think so. I really don't think that you are as dark as me. I don't think you could ever become as dark as me unless if you like really start injecting yourself. But people really need to start realizing that Black women can be beautiful, we can be confident, we can be smart, we can be all those good things. And obviously, I am aware of the fact that people know that, but I think it's that people don't want to acknowledge it. They know it, but they don't want to acknowledge the fact that these things are real. They're trying to act like we cannot be multidimensional beings, and that's annoying. It really is so unnecessary, but you just have to move on and move past that and go after your goals and your dreams and become the best version of yourself that you ever can be, because Black magic, Black girl magic, I mean, hashtag Black girl magic. And Black women are beautiful and we're stunning. And I really feel like you should own those traits of yours you being beautiful can trigger people, obviously. Um, but own it, be confident, walk into a room with your head up high, put on the best outfit every single day when you go outside. Put on the best outfit, please. Please show up as the best version as you can, as a black, beautiful woman that you are. Don't let them make you feel guilty for you showing up as the best version of yourself. Don't let them guilt you into, looking your best, because people try to, give these like sneaky comments of like, oh, why are you wearing that outfit? Why are you wearing this and this and that and third? If you had my body, you would wear the outfit, okay? So clock it. But it's like people like to give these comments of, why are you doing all that? Where are you going? I'm going to uni, I'm going to work, and I should look presentable. The funny thing is, people will come for you for looking presentable, but in the same breath, when you don't look presentable, people will still come for you. So it's like, which one do you want to pick? Do you want to pick, you know, looking presentable and getting opportunities from society, getting, pretty privilege, getting job offers, getting people treating you kinder just because you look, put together? Or do you want people to treat you badly, not getting job offers, people looking at you weird because you look uncanny? Do you want that? Like, you have to realize that at the end of the day, you are doing things for yourself. And also, no matter how you show up in the world, people are always going to judge you. That's what I've really realized. I mean, a long time ago, but especially the older I get, the more I realize that it really does not matter and that you get to create your own reality. Repeat after me. It really does not matter, and you get to create your own reality. You get to make your own life choices and show up in the world how you want. So that's why sometimes, another side note, this whole talk about, black women wear fake hair, black women wear makeup, black women, just zip it, honestly. Close your ears. Do what is best for you. If you wearing your hair straight feels the best, go do it. If you wearing clip-ins feels the best, go do it. If you wearing your natural hair feels the best, go do it. Do what makes you feel comfortable. People act like this life is one size fits all. This life is not one size fits all. This is my experience, and I create my reality, and my reality is my life. Okay, so you can't follow, people can follow someone's, um let's say, makeup routine, and that makeup will look totally different from one person to another person. So when it comes to even makeup, if you follow someone's makeup routine, it looks totally different. Why would you follow life choices from someone else? Why would you want to follow every single life choice that, someone else is telling you? I saw this TikTok of this man, and he was saying, like, basically, to not take everything seriously. We have all these set rules from, sometimes TikTok, and how to navigate, your life, and giving you, you can take advice that applies to you. That's what I go by. If it applies to me, I take it. If it doesn't apply to me, I let it go. A lot of people try to like follow this rule book of how to live their lives, but really, you can choose how to live your life. You do realize that you can choose to perm your hair, just an example. You can choose to curl your hair, just an example. You can choose to wear makeup, that's just an example. You can choose what outfit you want to wear, that's just an example. And obviously, depending on where you want to go, or where, you obviously have to kit yourself accordingly to which destination you're reaching. If you're going to a job interview, you're not going to wear a stripper outfit. Let's just be real here, you know? But do realize that you showing up as the best version of yourself, confident, beautiful, intelligent, all those beautiful traits that you are, obviously, that's going to trigger people. And that doesn't matter because you're showing up for yourself. You're the one getting opportunities. Someone out there that really does like you and likes your groove and likes how you dress, they're going to walk up to you and tell you, wow, you look beautiful, you look stunning, I want to know more about you, because they like you, so you're going to attract the right people, because you are doing the right things for you. You have to realize that if you're trying to change for someone else or change for society, because society tells me that I need to wear this and this and that. That's why I'm going to do that. Obviously, there's, set rules. You obviously need to kit yourself properly, as I've mentioned. If you're going to a job interview, you're not going to wear a stripper outfit. That just doesn't make sense. But I mean, we just individual choices that you make, don't feel guilty about them because it's your life and you get to choose what you want. And, if you're confident, that's a good thing. That's a good trait to have. Don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel guilty about looking beautiful because I know some of you watching this feel guilty that you look beautiful. You feel guilty that you have this confidence or you're intelligent. You feel guilty for whatever good trait that you have. And I know, especially for pretty girls, pretty black girls, you feel like, oh no, I shouldn't really, do too much with my hair. No, do the most. Do the absolute most. I shouldn't really do too much with makeup. This is gonna, really make people give me so much attention, and people are gonna be like, no, get that attention, because you never know which person is watching you. The right person might be looking at you. You might get a modeling contract, and your life will completely change. You never know which person is gazing at you, and you might get a job offer. Did you know that when I was working another job when I was slightly younger, there was this man and he walked up to me. He was with his wife, and I was, smiling, being kind, giving regular customer service as I should, and this man offered me a job. So because I showed up nice and I put myself well put together, if I didn't do that, I highly doubt that man would have asked me that job offer. There's so many opportunities out there, and you showing up confident and bold and beautiful. If people can't, accept that, that's their problem. That's none of your business. You're doing what you gotta do. You're doing what you have to do to survive this life. Life is hard enough in of itself, and there's so many struggles that people are going through, and the fact that you even get the privilege to look beautiful and confident and show up beautiful in the world, that's a privilege that you should embrace that privilege. I know it's hard sometimes to kind of realize that you have so many privileges as a black woman. You feel guilty, you want to give back to the community, but you do realize for you to give back to the community, you also have to get yourself together before you can even give back to the community. So just embrace all those beautiful traits of yours that you have, because there's so many girls that would switch places for you with you. And this is across races. There's so many women that, at your work, at your anywhere you go, that would switch places with you any day. They would switch looks with you. They would switch bodies with you because you're beautiful and you're confident. They want to become you so badly. They want to become you, and you don't even realize it. You're out here trying to humble yourself. There's no time for humbling yourself. There really is no time for humbling yourself. You show up, and you show up fully as yourself. You put that beat, put that makeup on, do your hair, put on the best outfit, put on your best fragrance. You're going to attract the right people that can match your level. You know how they say match your freak? They're going to match your level because you're showing up confident. They like what they're seeing. You're going to attract the right people. Obviously, as a beautiful woman, you attract good people and bad people, but you're also going to attract the good people. You're going to attract those good things. This is a manifestation. Manifest those good things into your life because you're deserving of them. You're deserving of a beautiful, you know, soft life, whatever they call it. You're deserving of that. You're deserving of living a peaceful life where, you're a black woman, but you can still live a good life because you have so many good traits going on for yourself. Don't let any, I guess, racism or any prejudice or any stereotypes stop you from getting your bag, getting your stuff together, doing what you're passionate about. If you're passionate about doing YouTube, go for it. Start up your YouTube channels. Really, like if you're watching this and you're passionate about certain topics and you want people to hear certain type of things, I'm very passionate about speaking about us as black women, as a collective, as beautiful black women, because I know that we have certain type of experiences that we can relate to together, and that's why I'm talking about this, because I have so many experiences in life and so many things that I've been through as a beautiful black woman, and I'm not letting anyone fool me and tell me otherwise, that I'm not beautiful. or that I'm not this or that, and I'm not intelligent, because I know that I am those things. And as much as society tries to make it seem that you're not this or that, you're not beautiful, you're not, I don't take, any of that. I really don't. I own it. I own the space that I'm in. I walk with confidence, with poise, with elegance. And you just have to tell yourself that you're that girl, because you really are that girl. And if people cannot stand that, that sounds like a them problem and not a you problem. Because I mean, you're doing what you can to survive this society. And especially as a black woman or woman of color, we already are going through challenges in society, so why not try to gather as much privileges as you can, to make your life better? So just be yourself, be the best version of yourself that you can be, show up confidently, and make them triggered, because they're going to be triggered regardless. They're going to have their own prejudice and whatever it is, which doesn't really matter and apply to your life, because it doesn't bring any good to you. Also, another thing that I sometimes, tell myself when I'm like, thinking about what someone did to me, I just ask myself this question: do they, pay my bills? And if the answer is no, then I just move on. I ask myself two questions actually. I ask myself, do they pay my bills? No. Would I want to look like them? No. Then I move on with my life. So it's that simple. Just ask yourself those two questions and you'll really realize, you'll really get over it. Like that's how I've been, dealing with things in life. Like I ask myself those two questions and it literally just flies away. Like I've become this unbothered person because I really do not have time to be dealing with people that are not even confident in themselves. These people that are, giving you all these weird comments, microaggressions, etc. These are people you wouldn't even want to trade lives with. You don't even want to trade lives with them. You don't even want to look like them. So why does it even matter what their opinions are about you? People like the people giving hate comments towards Olandria, they would love to trade lives with Olandria. Olandria has a life a lot of these women that are hating on her would love to have. They would love to be on, a gala, these events, these commercials that Olandria is on, these partnerships, these modeling gigs that she's doing. They would love to trade lives in places with Olandria. They would love to, but they're not. They're not that girl. You're just not that girl. So, like, if you don't want to trade lives with someone that is giving you some sort of negative feedback, their opinion really does not matter because you wouldn't want to trade lives with them anyways. Like, your life is not the life that I want, so bye. Like, hello, what are we even talking about? What are we discussing about? Your opinion is irrelevant. So you move on to the next chapter. You show up confidently, you show up beautiful, you're smart, you get your stuff together, you plan the things that you want, set your dream life, your dream goals, and then you're going to also attract those people. You're going to attract, if you want the right partner, you're going to attract the right friends. You're going to attract all these beautiful things into your life, and even more opportunities are going to come to your way. That's really what I wanted to talk about. Like, giving advice, obviously, about how to become more confident, and just talking about, the confident black, beautiful woman, and also the, challenges that we might face in society. Just a little chit chat because I miss YouTube, and it's been a while that I've been on this platform. But confidence is key. Keeping up with your beauty is important, especially as a woman. I didn't make the rules, and I think women just naturally want to look beautiful. I don't know. I think it's very much a woman thing. I know there's women out there that don't care for beauty, but I can guarantee you 99% of women want to look beautiful in some way or the other. And obviously, every woman has her own definition of what beauty looks like to her. But I think most women, we're here in this world to look beautiful. I mean, Ariana Grande said, God is a woman. Women are beautiful. Like, even naturally, even without all the enhancements, women are just beautiful. And then with the enhancements, you just have this, like, wow effect, this, like, gorgeous, stunning effect. So just take care of yourself. Make sure to stay hydrated, exercise, and really manifest your dream life. Go after your opportunities, and don't let anyone make you feel guilty for wanting to go after certain type of goals or certain type of things that you want in life, because in reality everyone is really going after what they want in life in their way or form. And sometimes because you have so many privileges as a black woman, people feel as though that you're not deserving of those privileges. You're not deserving of, being beautiful and also being confident and being intelligent. It's like, why is she having all these good traits? It's not fair. It's not fair that she gets to have all these things going on for themselves. But the reality is that it is fair. It's fair. Why play fair in an unfair world? I think that's what Sure Seven said. And I think that is totally right. Why would you play fair in a world where there's so many things going on that are not fair? And you being confident and beautiful black woman, you're just playing the game like everyone else is doing. And God forbid a black woman is beautiful and confident. Oh my goodness, she's just committed a sin. But just own it and live your life to the fullest, because we never know. We really never know. And you just have to live it day by day and look your best every day, every single day. Make no excuses. Obviously, sometimes, you can get sick. You can have your days where you're not fully, you know, you're not fully giving your best potential. We can have days like that. That's fair. I'm not saying that you should look perfect 24/7, 365 days in a year. I'm not saying that. We have our, ups and downs, but if you're a healthy being, just show up and do the most with everything. Your hair, your makeup, your outfit, really just give, like serve every day. And yeah, just stay beautiful, as I always say. Thank you for watching this video. Comment down below like experiences, similar experiences that you've had, or like a story time that you want to tell, so that others can, relate or read. I'm really curious. And yeah, have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching, and stay beautiful.